Hello, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's well. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed Sunday's video on the cows. A little bit different, more just focusing on the dairy side. But we are here making good progress. We got going again planting, excuse the wind, on Saturday we got going. Today's Wednesday. Had a good few days, to be honest. Ground's dried out well, tiny bit of rain due tonight, so that might stop us, but we're here in some organic fields, planting some organic salad potatoes. These are Maris Pear, Pavel in the 130. We've actually got both planters going in the same field. They've got tiny little shoots, so it doesn't actually make a difference whether the belts aren't knocking off any, basically aren't taking off any shoots, so it won't affect. We're going the same depth, same spacing, so it won't make a difference really. So yeah, we're in these fields now, then we're going, we've got a field back on the east, we're in the middle of the island here today, and we've got a field 6 acres, 10 or 11 verges, 12 verges back at Grooville to finish off in a bit, and we're going to split that. Some that's going to be by hand, some with a machine, not too sure. It's a little bit wet, heavy land, one of our heaviest fields actually, so we'll show you that shortly. Let's do a nice job. See, it's putting the spods in nicely. I said before and I say it again, but it's where the GPS is absolutely brilliant. It just keeps everything, you can have the two machines running and it will, you can know exactly where the track's driving. We're on 60-inch centre, or 60-inch centres with a tractor, and in between each rid there's 30 inches, so 30 inches between the centre of this and the centre of that. So that then leaves you got a 60-inch track spacing for each tractor. So Pavel's working his way up and down, and then Adam is basically coming in and filling in the gaps. Adam's in the 120 with a cut planter. So yeah, going well, and yeah, we'll get this field finished off, then move to the east of the island. As just saying, you can see they've got no, basically no shoot. They're just, oh no, they're not really. They haven't really got any shoots on at all, so it doesn't matter whether we use the belt. What we find is the belt planter, that's Pavel's machine, if you've got a little shooter, the one that's running on the belts, it gets knocked off and they get delayed, so you can get some uneven emergence, because some of them will have a shoot, they won't get knocked off, some will. Whereas these today all got no shoots, so it doesn't matter if we're using the belt planter or Adam's cut planter. So they just got filled up and they're off for another run. And that's how we can keep you in these white trays. You'll see the organic seed, we keep them completely separate, so we know that that's the organic seed, they have no treatments or anything, so that keeps them clean and makes sure that we know there's never any mix-ups with the seed we're planting. These white trays as well are also really good if, for example, we had a few wet weeks. They're in these trays that they chip well, and they've got quite a lot of air to get around them, so the shoots don't get too long and strangly. We're not at that stage yet, but they are literally, it's very hard to see, just starting to, my camera can't pick that up, they're just starting very closely to put a little shoot out. But these boxes are really good at controlling the shoot length, so that's why these are all loaded up. Yeah, fingers crossed these will be harvested in around 12-13 weeks time. This field will have plastic to be being covered tomorrow, get the polythene on, and then being organic, as I mentioned in a couple of videos ago, no weed control, so we'll get the plastic off quite early, pass some timed implements across the ridges and in between the rows to try and work it down, because that's the crucial thing to us. To get in the yield, we've got to keep the weed out. So fingers crossed, we have a nice dry spell in April, we can get on and pass it all and can knock all the weeds out. So we're now here back in the east of the island. It is very different soil to what we've been in. This is one of our heaviest fields. We're having to work it down twice. It's so heavy and clumpy. We're going to have a look. We'll see. This is about as heavy as we'll get for our kind of Jersey soil. It is nothing like it was around the farm, around the dairy farm. It's yeah, I say we won't get. It's still probably, people would say, not that heavy, but for us, it's pretty heavy. And you can see how it's ploughed. It's kind of the highest clay content field we've got. So we're power harrowing it twice to make sure that it works down into a fine tilt to make sure that harvest is not too challenging. What we seem to find is if we just pass the power harrow once, you get quite a lot of clumps kind of this size. That's similar to a potato. So when you come to harvest, when they go up the web, the potato will go up, but also this clod actually, although I've broken it on my hand, this might not break up as well. So it goes up with the potatoes, and the guys then have a lot of groundy clods to pick out, as well as any potatoes or green potatoes. So it makes it a lot harder. Just making the soil much nicer and breaking it down, so it's yeah, hopefully gonna, well, hey, it's coming up nicely. Pavel's over there in the distance with a Medema. We're putting in these Jersey Royals in here, and they are, again, these haven't got a shoot, so yeah, no, cut up nicely. But we've got a little field below which we're going to do with by hand, and then we're gonna basically finish off in here with the machine, and might do over there as well. Quite a lot of stone over there on the top, so we might do that by hand as well. Not often I actually film the power, because usually I'm driving it myself, but Alex just took over at lunch, and then he's gonna have his lunch now, because we want to keep the power going, because it's kind of a slow job, and the planter and the people go quicker than me, so we want to keep it going all the time. But it's making it work hard today. Different power harrow to the usual one. The other one had a rotor bearing go 2 days ago, so swapped over. Will's now fixed that, so we're back into that for tomorrow. We're back today, dry morning. We are starting again. John's here ploughing, and yeah, we're in, like we were the other day, this is a field that has been in the grazing rotation, so it's now, this again has been in 3 years, it's been in grass, and yeah, we had 6 or 7 mil of rain yesterday, so we're hoping to get going again now pretty quick, and it's the ground's really nice. So Fernando's over there getting some rotovating done. I think it's only dry till about lunchtime. There is nine verges in here, so about 4.5 acres. Planting by hand today, not on the machines, so we'll get this planted by hand. The guys are coming in about half an hour, and then we'll just do this, probably one field today, and then we will yeah, start again tomorrow. It looks like showers coming later on, and then dry again tomorrow, maybe into Sunday morning as well. So yeah, hopefully have a good day. So yeah, saying getting it powered, and it works really well. I mentioned in the video before, we use the GPS. You can see here we're 3 metre track spacings. It's actually highlighted at the moment, but we know this is where we driven the trailer, put out the potatoes either side, and we're now going through and back, filling in the track of where the trailer's driven, and the guys will then plant the rows in between. Got the subsoil in the front, that's down. A few people have said, oh, is it a bit iffy because you could have stones and the shear bolts will go. Touch where we don't really have that many stony fields, and I know most of the time where the stones will be, so hopefully it should never really be a problem. Will's also put an extra bracket, you can see there, but hopefully will stop it coming too close to the wheel. But yeah, hopefully it should be all right. But yeah, we're getting on well. It's lovely ground. And then it just goes back in. Getting the next track done. So, just passing it, it's wet again. We planted that field I showed you yesterday. Sorry I didn't get any clips of the planting, but we'll hopefully get going again today. We are now just waiting to get going. We had 12 mil last night, more than we thought, so we can't start ploughing straight away. We're hoping to start ploughing again mid-morning, so I'll get you some more clips of that. But I'm just out looking for fields coming ahead where we're going to plant in the next few weeks. We're here. These are our dry cows. So dry cows are cows that are basically having a break in between having their baby. So what we tend to do is, like this cow here, you can see it's just been dried off. That's why her udder is still quite full of milk. She was dried off on Thursday. That will all now reduce down over time. But these girls here, they're all, all dry. They'll be in these, they can come outside and graze grass for about 3 weeks. And they'll go into the shed for 4 weeks. They have about 7 to 8 weeks between finishing milking and having their next baby. But they're doing a brilliant job. This is a red clover perennial ryegrass lay. It's been now for a couple of years. You can see we got some, that was 5th cut bales there. They're grazing this down to nothing. They'll then move over the hedge, some fields across the way there. But this is why it seems to work quite well. They're grazing out really tight. We'll then just be able to come in, rotivate this, and then we can plough it up. This is going into a seed crop. So this will be some of our earlier planted seed around about the 2nd week of March. So should do well. The amount of red clover in it is high, so we'll be able to reduce our fertiliser rate in here, because red clover is a legume, fixes nitrogen, which is always good. And then it's alongside, this is where we're currently harvesting fodder beet. Haven't had a video of this for a little while, I always seem to miss him, but it's yeah, nice stuff in here. Bottom of the field is really poor. Don't know what happened down there. There was really bad emergence, and it never grew. But at this end, it's all looking quite nice. And it's, yeah, we've got about some of the beets, nice and sugary, some smaller ones as well. But yeah, no, all looking pretty good. We'll harvest the rest of this this week. Hopefully we have a few dry days, but it's still fairly firm underfoot, but you wouldn't want to be coming in here today because it's wet enough. But yeah, fodder beet plays a good part in our cows' winter diet, so hopefully we got a couple of loads left in the yard. That'll get us through till the end of this week, but we'll need to have some harvested before the weekend. So yeah, so just going back now, we're hoping to get going again, ploughing, rotivating and ploughing at 11ish, and then the guys will start planting around about 12. So we'll show you all that in a bit. So yeah, thanks for watching today's video. We got going again yesterday, planted one more field by hand, and then today, Sunday, rain is coming very shortly this afternoon. But we got these two pavels just over the hedge there. There's about 16 verges in these two fields. So we're just about to finish. We're planting loose, excuse the wind, loose number ones. Again with no shoots, similar to the other day, so that it doesn't really matter, or a tiny little shoot. So we got both machines going kind of alongside each other basically, but yeah, ground was dried really well today. Really strong wind. Looks like hopefully there's rain coming this afternoon, rain Monday, Tuesday morning a bit of rain, hopefully dry Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe even Friday, so hopefully have a good week again next week. Had a very good week this week, and we might even start looking at getting the first of the very early slopes uncovered and a blight spray on this week. We'll have to see. Yeah, nice to get another few fields in, always cracking on well. Pavel's also here with the Medema. Just getting the last of the headlands finished off. The conditions are nice, it's dried well.